Hello Nutters, how you all doing? Today I'm going to review the new Last Shadow Puppets album, Everything You've Come to Expect, where I got the channel name from. Comes out tomorrow, 1st of April, and I got a copy today, and I'm going to have a listen through and tell you what I think about each track. At the end I'll tell you like what my favourite lyric is, what my favourite track is, etc, etc. So without further ado, let's go. Track 1, Aviation. Alright, that was the first track, Aviation. It's one everyone's got to have heard already. It was probably the lead single. I mean, it was the third song they released after Bad Habits and Everything You've Come to Expect. But I think it's the first one that's like, oh, this is what our album sounds like, this to push the album forward onto everybody's minds. But I think it's really good. It was originally intended to be on a solo Miles Kane album, which is obviously why he sings it. I think it's really good. I like the orchestral elements to it. It sort of rises the sound up. The lyrics are a little bit funny, but I think the whole sound of it, like Miles on his acoustic, and I'm assuming it's Alex doing the ding ding diddly ding. I think it sort of sounds something like there could be not exactly a James Bond film, but on some sort of like gangster / spy sort of film. Do you know what I mean? Like I think it'd fit nicely. It's got that theme. I really like it. I think it should open the gigs, to be honest, because it's got a bit of a bop to it, so it'll get everyone going. I mean, when I saw them last Thursday, they opened with Calm Like You, and it was like, it was good. I loved it, but it was a bit, huh? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I really like this song. So on to the next song, which is Miracle Aligner. Come on, Miracle Aligner, go and get him, Tiger. You know what? I really like that one. I think that's one that at the gigs people are going to be singing along to a lot. I mean, it's really soft the way Alex sings it, so it's not like a sing along. It's like something everyone goes like that and sings along to. I mean, I suppose sort of there's not many sort of mosh pit songs that the Last Shadow Puppets have, but it's still that they've got a thing about them. But anyway, we're not talking about it. We're talking about the song. That song I think is really good. I like the lyrics. I think that that it's, I don't really know what I think of that. Maybe he's talking about it. It sounds like he's been friend zoned almost. Like he thinks so much of this person he's talking about. Like he calls her the Miracle Aligner, but like he says that he was born to blow her mind. So maybe he's like saying that the other guy's better for her, and like he's come to terms with the fact that she doesn't want him. She's meant to be with the other guy. So I don't know. Alex Turner's got away with words, doesn't he? It's admirable. I'd like to maybe just hear him do some things on his own more. I know there's that Submarine EP. I don't think there's anything more, but it'd be interesting to hear like sort of what Noel Gallagher does when he like with a guitar and just him singing. It'd be quite interesting. But yeah, I really like that song. It's a bit of a funny one to put after Aviation, but I think it does sort of, it sets the tone for the rest of the album, like what's coming up next. So yeah, okay. The next song is called Dracula Teeth. So we'll see what happens with that one. Dracula Teeth. That one is a funny one. It's I don't know. I don't know where that one's going lyrically, to be honest. It's sort of like, it actually sounds like he's talking about a vampire, and this is like standing over my bed and stuff. I mean, that one I struggle to digest the lyrics, but I like the sound of it. It's like, it's typical Shadow Puppet sound. Like obviously Alex is leading the vocals, but it sounds like something, to me it sounds like something Miles is leading the music in that one massively. It sounds like, very much sounds like it's like his chord progression or whatever. Like the way he makes a song, it sounds like his. So that's quite cool. But I like that one too. But the next one coming up then is the title track, Everything You've Come to Expect, and I suppose everyone's heard this one already. So, but anyway, I'll keep with the program, and right, that was Everything You've Come to Expect. Right, I don't really know what to say about this one. Everyone seems to really like this one more than Bad Habits, which was the first song released. But I mean, I'm not that taken with this one. I think it's just a bit. I think it goes on a little bit too long. There's the bit where it goes sort of orchestral, and I think maybe it should have started fizzling out there, just like sort of made it a snippet of a song, almost like an interlude. I mean, the lyrics are absolute nonsense, I'd say. But there's no point trying to analyse anything in there. I mean, it sounds nice, but it's a piss break song, put it that way. If you're watching this song at a gig, you're going to be stood there, like they might play one of your favourite songs, you absolutely love it, you're like, yeah, and then this one comes on. You're going to turn to your mate and go, wait, Bill, I'm going for a piss. Do you want a drink while I'm there? Or obviously not drinking piss, but I'll go to the bar. But I mean, it's one of those songs. It's nice to have it, but I think the live transferation is the word, I don't know. The way it transfers live isn't going to be the best, because I know neither of them play an instrument when they do it. They're both stood there singing in this high-pitched voice, but people like it. It's not my favourite. It's probably, for me, it's probably the weak point of the album, but it's not bad. I mean, there's worse songs, put it that way. So yeah, the next song is The Element of Surprise, and I've already heard the album, and I'll give you my thoughts afterwards. By the way, that cut a bit there because I cocked up the track listing. I said the wrong song, so I'll have to cut it. Right, The Element of Surprise. Right, that track was The Element of Surprise. And they've got The Element of Surprise. This, so far, up to this point in the album, this is my favourite track. I love this one. The lyrics are fantastic. It's, I think, as far as I can tell from my perception of it, I remember it's my perception, I believe lyrics are down for interpretation, so you might think something different. This is what I think about them. I think it's that the singer, not necessarily Miles or Alex, but the person that is from their point of view, that they've seen someone and it's just made their jaw hit the floor. They've gone, wow, and it's come out of nowhere. That's what the element of surprise is. That they've been taken for a fool, if you like. That they're going about minding their own business, and then they've just gone bang, and they've seen something amazing, and they don't know what to do. Like, there's a lyric in there. It's obviously about someone that's absolutely stunning. Because there's a lyric, it says something like, your entrance just caused the temperature to rise, which is an artistic way of saying "Yow hot." But I love this song. It's just so, it's groovy, it's funky, it's the strings in it are amazing. I love the strings in this song. And this song has actually got my favourite lyric of the album in, or my joint favourite lyric. I've got two favourites, which I'll tell you at the end. But this has got one of my favourite lyrics of the whole album in, and love this song. Absolutely love it. I could have. I just want to get through the video, but I could have sat here and listened to that song 5, 6, 7 times in a row. I absolutely loved it. Right, now this is the next song is the one I accidentally got wrong before. This song is the one everyone knows. This was the first one released. It's Bad Habits. So we'll have a listen to it, and I'll tell you my thoughts on it in a second. Well, that was Bad Habits. Ooh, right, that's the song everyone knows. Again, lyrics absolute nonsense, so we'll just disregard the lyrics. Red lolly pop. But for this song, I think again this is one that Miles has pushed. This is one of his works, because it's got his sound, like it's more aggressive, and obviously he's singing it, so it's like definitely designed for his voice. I mean, I don't think Alex would suit singing this at all. I mean, Alex is a good singer, but I don't think his voice fits this song. The bass line's cool. It's the general sound. I like the little guitar solo bit in it. I mean, a lot of people will be a bit like, oh, why is that solo in there? But I enjoy it. I think it's cool. It breaks the song up a little bit, otherwise it's really repetitive. But I think the song's definitely, it's more one to be seen live. It's something to get a bit of bounce going, because like I said before, they don't have many songs that's a bouncy, like, rock out song. So I think this is their way of shoehorning, is that the word? I think so. Of like pushing a rockier song in. But the next song, I have forgotten what it is. It is Sweet Dreams Tennessee. Oh yeah, how could I forget? It was right there on the screen as well. I was looking around, I was looking at my phone, I had the track list up on here, and I was like, oh, what is it? But I started having a text during Bad Habits. But, yeah, so the next song is Sweet Dreams Tennessee. Right, that was Sweet Dreams Tennessee. Or TN, however you read it, but TN is Tennessee. That one is, according to Wikipedia, is one written only by Alex. So that's obviously where the inspiration's from. I think lyrically it's about him missing someone. I've got a feeling this is one of the only Last Shadow Puppet songs I feel is written from his personal experience about someone specific. I personally don't know who, but I think he knows who it's about. I feel most of the Shadow Puppet songs are like, he draws from experiences, but they're not about him or someone he knows specifically. I feel like he makes characters out of it, whereas when he writes with Arctic Monkeys, they're about things he has experienced and witnessed and people he knows, like exact people, whereas this one's, these are more like characters. But I think this one is about something he's dealing with. I think he misses someone, to be honest. There's that line where he says, everyone's just a dick without you, baby. That line got a big cheer live last week. So people like that one. I don't know why people just seem to like lines with swearing in. It's like someone goes tits, there's a line, everyone goes wah! Wah! It's just swearing, seriously. It's a word. It's an L, mate. I really like the sound of this one. It all reminds me of Frank Sinatra. I mean, I said to my dad before, and he was like, I don't really know, but I think it's got that sound. It's just sort of like, it sounds like it could have been recorded back around the time that Frank was recording his biggest tracks. Like, yeah, I think it's got that feel to it. Anyway, the next song is oh, sorry guys, I've got a really itchy nose today. I've not been taking cocaine, I promise. I never take drugs, don't worry. The next one is the one of only 2 songs off this album that were fresh to me when I heard them, like on the album, because every other one, there's 11 tracks on the album, and they played 9 of them in Cambridge last week, so I'd heard most of them live, so this is one of the only fresh ones. Anyway, this song is called Used to Be My Girl. Alright, that was Used to Be My Girl. I don't really know what I think of that song. I mean, I've not had enough time to digest it as much. I mean, it doesn't hit me straight away. It sounds like there's this thing been going around recently for the past year or two. The bands try to recreate sort of the more psychedelic phase of the Beatles and try to bring it into today. And to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of that sound. I mean, sometimes some people are really good at doing it, but I mean, I think this one is just a bit. The song doesn't feel like it goes anywhere. I mean, the lyrics are kind of cool, and the effect on their voices, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the only song so far on the album that has Alex and Miles both singing, like, separate bits. Like, there's obviously some of the songs where they both sing at the same time, but I think this is the first one where Miles does a verse, Alex does a verse, they do a chorus, whatever. I mean, I kind of like this one. It's jangly, but I can understand why they've left it out of the set list in the first few gigs. I mean, they might start playing it tomorrow when the album comes out, or I would expect it to be played at like the gigs in July, like the Ali Pally, and I think they're playing Castlefield Bowl in Manchester, and they're playing Bournemouth or something. But I would expect them maybe to get a bit of live performance then. But I can understand why it's not being played at the minute. The next song is the only other song that was completely fresh to me. It's called She Does the Woods. Alright, that song was She Does the Woods. Again, not really sure what to think about this one. I think it's the same situation with regarding to play it live. I don't think that people respond to it too well if they don't know it. This one's a bit more interesting than the one before. I mean, there's a cool bit towards the end about a spirograph of trees or something. That Alex's vocal melody is really cool. I mean, I can't really grasp the lyrics. I mean, I really have to listen to it and try writing down to understand them. But to me, they were just a bit of noise in that one. I mean, I liked it, but I sort of feel that song's a bit more filler, a bit less killer. I haven't really got much else to say on that one. Aside from Alex's voice sounded really nice, and there's a little cool bit. I think it's Miles right at the end just goes, "She does the words." Anyway, next song is Pattern, which I quite like this song, but we'll talk about that more when I come back. Pattern. Right, so that song was Pattern. We're getting to a much stronger end to the album now after the last two songs. I really like that song. The strings absolutely sublime. I think they're fantastic. They give it a sort of disco-ish sound. I mean, I don't know how that even fits in, but it does. It's like, it's sort of, you can dance to this song. You can actually like have a boogie. But I think the lyrics are they're tragically beautiful, if you know what I mean. They're really well written, and they're really well put together, but they're sort of they're really sad. I think that they sound like that he's had a girl, she's broke his heart, he's moved on, then the girl that broke his heart has turned up again, sort of saying, "Oh, I want you back," and now he's sort of like, what do I do? So I think that's cool, and I think that there's a line is like, "Midnight's got the hots for me." I think that's cool. It's like, I think that's him saying that I'm running out of time. That once I get to midnight, that's it. I've got to have my decision made. I mean, I don't think the lyrics are the thing you need to focus on this one, except that line that I slip and I slide like a spider on an ice cube frozen in time. I like that. It's a bit stupid, a bit silly, but it's cool. It just sounds nice, the way it comes out. It's like using the voice more as an instrument rather than a storytelling object. That's the word. Anyway, you know what I mean. But yeah, I really like this song. I think it's solid, and it comes across well live too. When I saw it live, I thought it was one of my favourites straight away. But yeah, I really like this one. So we're getting on to the last track of the album now, the Dream Synopsis, or Synopsis, however you say it. I say Synopsis. I think it's one of the things like tomato. That you just sort of, it's however you say it. But yeah, the Dream Synopsis, last song of the album. So let's get down to it. Right, that was the Dream Synopsis. I love that song. I don't really know what else I can say about it. The lyrics are brilliant. It's got my joint favourite line in the whole album in that song. I love it. The sound's pretty basic, but it's definitely a swaying along singing song. I mean, when I first heard that song, I was just sort of like, do you know what I mean? When you just hear a song, you're just like, that's just so good. I'm not going to say anything more about it. That song is amazing. I love it. Right. So here's where we get to the statistics and stuff. Well, not really statistics, just me giving you my verdict. Right. favourite song, it is between Pattern and The Element of Surprise. Them two songs are great, both in different ways. But yeah, I'm not going to say much more. Just love them both. They're both highlights of the album for me. My favourite lyric is between two. The first one is off The Element of Surprise as well. It's the one that goes, "Why colour in the lines if you're just painting it black?" That one's off The Element of Surprise. And my other favourite lyric is off the last song, The Dream Synopsis. It's the one that goes, "It was you and me and Miles Kid and some kid I went to school with." So those are my favourite lines in the song. To get down to the last bit, to give it a rating, out of 10 stars, I'm going to give it 7. So 7 out of 10. I'll put that there. Yeah, I think it's a really good album. It's well put together, but I sort of think that there's the two songs near the end, She Does the Woods and Used to Be My Girl, sort of let it down a little bit. So that's why it's a 7 rather than 8 or a 9. Because although those songs they're alright, that they could be worse, but I think that they let it down from being a album that can go all the way through and just that I get on with really well. I mean, some people might consider this album to be a 10 out of 10 but I mean, it's hard to explain because I saw a review of the album last week, and the title of the article for the review was "The Last Shadow Puppets, more of an in-joke than a band." Right, and I sort of get that. I mean, there's a lot of people in on the joke, right? The two main people obviously are Miles and Alex. They're in on the joke, but people that are into their music and that they sort of follow what they do, that watch their interviews and stuff, they'll sort of be in on it. But I can totally understand where they're coming from, because there's going to be a lot of people that aren't necessarily interested. I mean, if I played this album rather, to say my mum, she might be like, "Oh, it's nice, but some of the bits I don't really get." And I think you have to be familiar with Alex and Miles to be able to familiar with their music to be really into this album. I mean, it's going to be, a lot of people are going to be overtaken by emotion with this album because they've waited 8 years since the first one. Everyone's been waiting so long for this. So there's going to be a lot of people, I mean, when people critically analyse it, people that aren't necessarily fans, it's their job to review it. They're going to be a bit harsher, but I mean, as fans, we're going to love it. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. I hope it didn't last too long. I hope you like my opinion on the album. If not, tell me why not. Put it in the comments. Tell me what you think of the album. Maybe you haven't listened to it, and maybe you're waiting for tomorrow when it's the official release date. Maybe you've listened to a leak. Just let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like my video. Don't forget to subscribe down there, and share the video. Call me a prick if you want. I mean, it'd be nicer if you didn't. It'd be nicer if you said, "Tom, I really like your videos." Anyway, thank you for watching. Share it about and everything, you know. It's exactly what I just said just now. And I will see you all later. Have a good day.